Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, The Report of the Week. Thanks for checking in. Number one, let's get the camera a little bit in focus anyway. Hopefully that will be sufficient and satisfactory. Taco Bell review. Now I'll admit, right here, right off the bat, first and foremost, this review, I was actually intending to do a different review first. That's what the original plan was. I was actually going to try out the, what are they called? The new Papa Bowls from Papa John's, and unfortunately I couldn't get my hands on them this time around, so I think that's going to be the next item coming up after this one. I did find out, though, that Taco Bell had brought back what many consider to be a favorite. And actually, I think I'm going to turn... I don't like how the light's fluctuating here, so I'm just going to let it do whatever it wants to do, and we'll just go with it. Taco Bell has brought back an item that I think a lot of people consider to be a favorite of sorts. The Grilled Cheese Burrito, for a limited time, is back at Taco Bell. Now, I've reviewed this before, and I enjoyed it personally. This was an item that had a lot to it. There's a lot of ingredients, as you're going to see in a moment, and this is one of those items that I always regarded as kind of, it could either be really good, or with so many ingredients involved, it has the potential to be absolutely horrible. And this was one of those times that Taco Bell pulled through, and an item that at first, I'll admit, I didn't have much faith in, turned out to be quite good. So it's back for a limited time. And what I essentially want to do is that I know a lot of people, they regard this item very highly. Like I said, it's a favorite of many. I want to see, okay, it's been about 9 to 10 months since they had this item back on their menu. Are they maintaining the standards? Is it as good as you remember it being, right? Has it changed at all in the meantime? Because, I mean, things obviously can change in that time frame. So that's what we're going to find out. All right, some basic facts about the item. It, again, is the Grilled Cheese Burrito. Now, you can get it with either seasoned beef on it or steak. And, again, they're promoting the double steak variety. So that's what I went with. Because I wanted to have it just like how I got it the last time I reviewed it. So then we could really compare and contrast and see how it is and if it's changed, if it's the same, etc. in that 9-month span. So again, seasoned beef or steak, I got the steak, double steak at that. It also has seasoned rice in the burrito, a 3-cheese blend, Fiesta Strips. I did that because that means, it's a fiesta, and we're partying it up. Chipotle sauce, nacho cheese sauce, sour cream, and then it is in a tortilla with the grilled cheese wrapped around the exterior. Price for this, $7 for the double steak burrito. I believe if you get it, the normal price, if you don't get any double steak or any of that, is around $6. Back in 2021, November of 2021, I gave the item a 7.75 out of 10, so definitely a satisfactory score at the time. I will say, a $7 price for this, number one, there is a lot in this burrito. I know that by Taco Bell standards, that might seem like a lot, but you gotta remember, we're talking about steak here. I bet this is filet mignon in here. It's gotta be. There's the grilled cheese burrito wrapping. And let's see what we have. Oh, it looks like there's another wrapper inside this one. Okay. Oh, there it is. So this is what I mean by the grilled cheese being on the exterior. All right, you see how how it's there on the outside of it. Very oily, so bear that in mind. But that's the grilled cheese on the outside of it. It's not wrapped around the entire thing. Mostly the grilled cheese is on this side of it. I'll do a quick thumbnail like that. And again, you could just study it, get a good view of it. And I think that's satisfactory, so let's turn the autofocus back off. I'm getting rid of this. I'm just going to keep it this way. You could kind of see the condensation. Well, I don't know if you really can. I can. And I don't like the look of it. So, very oily, like I mentioned. Not that, I mean, I'd kind of expect it to be. So anyway, what I want to do with this burrito is I just want to dig in, just try it out, see how it tastes, see if it's as good as many people remember it being, and then go from there. So let's try it out, the Grilled Cheese Burrito from Taco Bell. It's back. Is it better than ever, though? Let's find out. It's going in. First two bites are a little underwhelming, mostly because there's no steak to be found. So if by the third bite there's nothing, I'm going to cut it in half and just go straight into the middle, and then we'll see what we find. And this is a problem that does exist with Taco Bell items, and not even just Taco Bell, many places, that do burritos. Sometimes the distribution may vary. Okay. But I just want to give you an honest experience, an honest assessment, let you know how it is, and then go from there. All right. Yeah, this is a bit better. All right, there you go. That's a proper cross-section now. If you see that. That's that double steak. So, sorry to drag this on. Now I'll take another bite or two, and then I'll give you the assessment. All right. So, when there's an item that has many an ingredient, obviously you're going to be able to taste some ingredients more than others. You're going to be able to... There's going to be more that you're going to notice, and certain ingredients that are just... It's going to seem like they're not really there. So, I gotta pause that. There's a big bug flying around. I'm going to be quick. I lost sight of him. I couldn't get him. But I heard him flying around, and I guarantee, now that I've started the camera again, he's going to make an appearance. Oh well. Just got to deal with it. Maybe that's one of the representatives from Del Taco or something. I don't know. So, like I was trying to mention, though, and I kind of distracted me for a moment, but I'll try to be a little bit more abridged with the assessment now. So, what I was just trying to say is that when you get these sorts of items, there's some ingredients that are more pronounced than others, and we understand that when there are a lot of various items and ingredients, I should say, involved. All right, now here's the thing that I think a lot of people want to know, so I'll just address it right now. It's still pretty good, so if you like it, you're a fan of it, and you're contemplating getting it again, I'd say go for it. Understand, though, that the distribution, and with that, your eating experience may vary, but I do think that there are a few things that are definitely going to be pronounced in every burrito that you get. Number one, the cheesiness of this. This is definitely a cheesy burrito. Although, when you look at it, you'll think, all right, it's got a 3-cheese blend, nacho cheese sauce, and it's got the grilled cheese on the exterior. Interestingly enough, when I eat this and when I consider the flavors and everything that I notice, the most potent I'd say the most potent cheesiness of the burrito is the grilled cheese on the exterior this time around. It's not the 3-cheese blend inside the burrito, nor is it the nacho cheese sauce. But it's actually, again, that grilled cheese on the outside, which is good. I mean, that's this item's namesake. This is what we know it as. It's the grilled cheese burrito. So the fact that grilled cheese is what I actually notice the most, that's good. That's quite good. Because again, I always like the items where it's in the name, it's what we associate it with, so it always makes sense for that to be what you really notice about this, as opposed to it just being treated as some sort of garnish. It's a legitimate component of this item. So I like that. It's very oily, though. Just be aware of that. I think we all understand that, though, as we kind of get this. Now, looking at the rest of the item, all right, like I said, the distribution of the ingredients inside will vary, so it might be a little lopsided, just like how I tried it out. The first few bites that I took at the one end, it was just all rice with a few of those Fiesta Strips. If you go right into the center, then you'll get a more, I'd say, a more suitable understanding of how it is. Some of the ingredients you could definitely taste, some that you can't. The sour cream, I don't really notice at all. I can't taste much of that. And likewise, the Fiesta Strips, even though I could see them, I don't really notice them either. And even the seasoned rice, it's kind of just there. Now, none of these ingredients degrade at all from the eating experience. They don't. It's just, they are there, but don't expect to get this and say, I'm only going to get the grilled cheese burrito so I could taste those Fiesta Strips. Understand that. One thing that I want to mention is the steak inside the burrito. Now, as you can see in the cross-section, there's a good amount of it. There actually is a decent portion of steak. Again, I got the double portion of it, so I'd say there's a good amount. One thing that I noticed this time around with the steak from Taco Bell, it seems a bit chewier this time to me. When I got it the last time, the quality of it just seemed a little higher. I know I kind of joke around and act like this is, and there's no way I can't make this joke. Every time I see the so-called steak from Taco Bell, I have to make that joke about it being filet mignon. I mean, I can't resist that. But I think we all understand that this is Taco Bell we're talking about, so we know that it's not going to be necessarily the highest quality in the world. As a result, this steak, it seemed a little drier and a little on the chewier side to me this time around. Not to the point where it degrades from anything, but I just think it was a little better the last time. It was a little more flavorful. It was just a bit softer. This just it was a bit tougher, in my opinion. But overall, it's a pretty good item. Cheesy. The steak, still alright. Still flavorful, still contributes a lot. It was a little better the last time, but still decent. Everything blends together. That's the most important thing. All the ingredients come together nicely. And I also like the Chipotle sauce on the burrito. It adds a nice spicy note to it. So understand, it's still a pleasant eating experience. Maybe not, in my case anyway, as great as it was the last time, but still pretty good. The ingredients comes together, and the only thing is that the steak was a little lacking this time around. $7 out of 10. The last time I reviewed this again, I gave it a 7.75 out of 10. This time around, I'm going to give the item a 7.0 out of 10. Just a little bit of a drop, but in the end, still pretty good for what it is. So if you like it, and you've been a fan of the grilled cheese burrito, it's back. Get it while the getting's good. And just bear in mind that there might be some quality fluctuations. Alright, on one quick final note, in addition to this channel, I also do a podcast and a radio show. As a matter of fact, got my radio next to me right now, and I might be playing some music, but yeah, I am. There is some music there. But anyway, that's my radio show going out right now, actually, as I'm doing the video. And one thing to note, I do a radio show. I do a podcast in addition to this channel. Check it out if you'd like. And if you'd like to support what I do, both the podcast and the radio show, they need your help. Just consider checking out patreon.com/TheReportOfTheWeek. For more information, you could access exclusive content there, help support the shows that I do. Just wanted to give a little bit of a promo for that, let you all know that that stuff exists. All right, anyway, that's all that I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.